like and subscribe. Welcome back to another Yahim and Lutalo production. Woo! Shh, shh, shh. Today, very profound day for me. Honestly, I might start making Brawlhalla videos again. This is how crazy this update is. So, if you didn't hear, but you definitely heard, Brawlhalla released a new update that changes how dexterity works, or improves how dexterity works, and Snapdash. Now, some of you may know I made a short a while ago about Snapdash. If you go like to my shorts, it's my most popular short. It's a short that my second most popular. It's a short that's complaining basically about Snapdash and how things are basically so hard to punish now because you can just pivot, one way or the other, like with a Snapdash. Now, let's just like look at these changes and let me give you some perspective, because maybe you don't really know how to read the patch notes, or you don't know how to read at all. It's okay, I got you. Right. Oh, this is the wrong one. I'm sorry. There you go. Right. Now, the dexterity update. So, this is the most recent patch. First, we're gonna go over the dex changes, then we're gonna go over the Snapdash changes, okay? You gotta pace yourself. Okay. So they're graduating all the current test features in Battle Pass Season 13, blah blah blah. They're adding the dexterity and Snapdash. Now, I wasn't really playing Brawlhalla when this was in like the experimental queue. And I'm not gonna lie, I went to the experimental queue accidentally when I was queuing at some point, and the Snapdash change was in that queue, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my game? And I'm like, oh, this change sucks. Like, I didn't even read what it does, or I just thought it was some weird bullshit they were doing. But once I actually read and used my brain, then everything started to click, okay? But the dexterity update is different. Now, I've complained time and time again in the past. Dexterity is a broken stat that allows for stat checkers to exist in Brawlhalla, which stat checkers shouldn't exist in a fucking fighting game. I'm just gonna say it, right? Then when I say stat checkers, I mean that when you have something as low as 2 dex, you don't get punished that much for having super low dex. So characters like Taros, like Olgrim, who have super low dex but have their stats padded up everywhere because of that low dex, they're just better than other characters outright. So so basically high dex characters were basically kind of dog shit. Now, we have some exceptions like Koji, and it's not like if you're high dex, you're bad, but it's a clear difference, right? But yeah, that was a big issue with what made, characters like Taros super OP, and, any low dex legend, right? You just never got punished. But now, as you can see, so at 3 dex, you lose your weapon at 100 health. At 5 dex, it's 120. And then at 8 dex, it's like 140? Or 160. Yeah. So it kind of goes up by like 20 or so once you get to the higher amounts of dex, but this is huge. So characters like 2 dex Taros will lose their weapon at 80 health. Their weapon takes 80 damage, their weapon's gone. Now, that doesn't maybe seem that big. In hindsight, you're like, oh, just gotta pick up another weapon, or maybe like rotate. That's still really hard. But this is such a huge change, because when you lose your weapon and you're off stage like that, like usually you're going to be off stage after you lose your weapon, or maybe up in the air. You are a complete sitting duck. You have basically no way to defend yourself. All you have is unarmed. Now, unarmed isn't useless, but you have such little range, and you are in a big disadvantage. So this change single-handedly makes dex an actual very valuable stat. Now, what dex did before, it still does this actually, right? It makes like some of your moves faster, basically, like, faster startup, or maybe I think it's end lag. I think it's a little bit of both, but this is still going to be crazy, because not just on top of having that, but you also get to keep your weapon longer. Just makes dex so strong, so higher. This will change the game. This will change the game, right? Now let's go to the Snapdash update, right? Snapdash update. Equally as big, in my opinion, because dex I've been preaching about dex since like 2018. I've been playing since 2016. Okay, I've been playing for a long time, and I've been, it's a beautiful thing that this happens in one together update. It's beautiful. But a Snapdash is a dash that snaps your legend to the platform, aka when you are like falling, or doing a dash jump, right? You have the opportunity to snap dash the other direction, or one direction or the other, basically. Now, what this change basically does is it makes it to where you, when you dash onto something, you can't just pivot. And if you try to pivot, you do a backdash, as it says right here. Performing a falling pivot snapdash will result in a backdash, which is amazing. The maximum amount of distance someone can snapdash was reduced by 40% as well, which is amazing because now you can actually see what the fuck your opponent is doing. Now you can actually play the game like a normal human person being. Like, no more are you going to be able to dash jump back and forth to escape disadvantage and basically become unpunishable. You basically become an unpunishable fucking, like, you basically become like a Tasmanian devil on stage, bro. You just fucking dashing everywhere. It's so hard to read the opponent, and it's like, at a certain point, it's a skill issue, but no, I don't know. It's a skill issue at a certain point, but even at the highest levels, this is so annoying to deal with. And it doesn't really become a skill issue really. It just becomes like, but yeah, basically, the game saves, is what I'm trying to say. These changes are crazy. Now, they also did some changes to, they did some changes to Axe, Chakram's Orb. Now, they did do a nice little buff to Sword. Now, Sword Nair having 2 more frames of stun doesn't seem that crazy, but it's pretty good. Pretty good, because sword juggling is very, very integral to its kit, so yeah, this definitely helps. I've been playing a lot of Atori as of recently. I've been cooking people, I'm not gonna lie. Taros nerf still. Like, this is what I like to see. Olgrim gets fucking destroyed, actually. Neutral axe, side axe, down axe, side rocket lands have been receiving an array of reductions. Ooh, just beautiful. Like, Brawlhalla's understanding the assignment. Like, just say you guys want me back. Just say you want me to make videos. I'll do it, okay, BMG, I'll do it. But, yeah, honestly, that's mostly it. So let's talk about the significance of some of this stuff, right? Characters like Taros, right? He's getting hit with the dex changes. Olgrim's getting hit with the dex changes. They're in SIGs, they're still getting nerfed. I'm not gonna lie. It's really funny how these characters keep getting nerfed, and they're still really strong, but I think this is nail in the coffin. Like, I think the Taros problem is gonna be, like, this is gonna completely change the meta of the game. Yeah, someone who's been playing since 2016, I really appreciate it, because we're going back. This is return to 4. This is real Brawlhalla we're playing now. Not like, and it's so fucking nice seeing these certain people like start dropping so much elo and they're playing so noticeably and considerably worse. Like, I've been playing a little bit of ranked, and to be frank, it's fucking embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know. I have an intense joy, and I have reinvigorated. What's it called? I'm reinvigorated to play this game again. You know, because I've been really addicted to Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna make a video on that at some point, but we're making Street Fighter 6 content once I get at least a little better at that game, because I'm only like diamond level or so, but that's not good. It's not good, I swear. But yeah, Brawlhalla saved. If you don't if you think that these changes are bad, quit the game. You were never meant to play Brawlhalla. This game was never meant for you. You're supposed to be go play some Mickey Mouse bullshit somewhere else. I mean, Brawl's been Mickey Mouse for a while, but this, you don't know how good it feels, right? I'm able to go into queue, and I'm playing proper neutral, and like I'm baiting the opponent. I'm playing advantage, disadvantage, and they can't just dash jump back and forth, and it means nothing. They can't invalidate me anymore. They're forced to take the brunt of this sword D-Light into N-Sig on Atori. They can't do anything. It's beautiful. But yeah, you know, like, expect maybe a bit more Brawlhalla content. I don't know. If you want more Brawlhalla content, like, subscribe. But anywho, thank you guys for watching. I am so happy for these changes. Yeah. I understand, like, a lot of the community is, like, very up in arms about this, but this is exactly the same thing that happened during the big dash change back in, like, 2017, 2018. That was before we had dodges, before we had dashes, we had chain dodges, right? And, once they added dash feature, all these players were like, oh, they ruined the game, and like, oh, because you were still able to chain dodge, but now there's more movement, and it's more skillful, rather than just, like, guessing when to chain dodge. Like, I was a chain dodge demon, I'm not gonna lie, but that mechanic was broken by itself without any dashes. But A lot of players quit. Some of my friends quit. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them niggas. Fuck them. Fuck. You were meant. This game wasn't for you. This game's for me. But, yeah. People will quit. Good riddance. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Brawlhalla's back, baby. Oh, Brawlhalla's back. Bye. Mwah.